Hey, what's up guys? My name is Jedith, and this video is going to be all about making gold pretty much passively. You can see here I have almost 3 million gold in my bags, and I don't really put much effort in. This all just kind of happens on its own. You know, you do a few things here and there while you're, semi-AFK in Valdrakken, and it all adds up. So I'm going to be telling you my secrets, my tips and tricks on how you guys can get rich yourselves, and ways that you can sustain it and not, become a rich man for a week and then the next week you're begging from your friends again. By the way, I just got a brand new mic, so bear with me if the sound isn't quite up to par with how it used to be. I'm still learning how to tweak it and get it sounding how it should, but bear with me over the next couple videos, over the next few streams. I'll eventually get it there. So the first thing I want to show you guys on how you guys can make gold is through professions. It's mainly going to revolve around the crafting material called the Dragonflight. I'm sure you're all familiar with it. It is a material we need for crafting the enchanted aspect crests, the worm crests, and for making other things. All the new profession items, they all require Dragonflight. So these are going for 8,800 gold right now. And this is what it all happens with, the Dragonflight. So the first thing that you can do is become an enchanter. When you become an enchanter, you will be able to make... I keep pressing the wrong button here. Here we go. Nope, that's inscription, Jed. Okay, here we go. When you're an enchanter, you're able to make the enchanted aspect shadow flame crest for people. And as you can see, it requires 2 Dragonflights. So what you want to do is find people in trade chat, find friends, find whoever needs this craft done. You want to do it for them. But when you do it, you want to make sure that you have as much resourcefulness as possible. So you want to get a blue item, a blue crafting tool with main stat resourcefulness. You want to put resourcefulness as the enchant as well. And what this means is every time you do this craft for somebody, you have a chance to get Dragonflight back, basically for free. So not only are they going to be paying you for the service, sometimes they'll pay 5k, sometimes they'll pay 500. Either way, you still have a chance to get these Dragonflights back. There have been times where I'll do a craft for somebody and I get 2 Dragonflights just for pressing that button once for somebody. That's, an immediate 16k right there on top of whatever they're tipping. So what I like to do is if I'm, kind of doing something else on my computer, if I'm working on a video script or just like hanging out, I'll be in Valdrakken just monitoring trade chat, right? There's always people looking for this craft. And what I like to do is I have a little copy paste message. So anytime that I see somebody looking for the craft in trade chat, I can click on their name quickly. It opens up the tell sort of prompt in the chat. Then I can just Control V, paste my message in, hit enter. And that's how you can be the first person to message them, because there's going to be a lot of people doing this. There are people monitoring trade chat like hawks trying to get these crafts for people. So you got to be quick with it. So what I would suggest is getting a copy paste message kind of locked and loaded and ready to go. So like I said, you can just click on their name, Control V, enter, and hopefully you can be the first one. So that is the enchanting part of it, but it doesn't end there. So next, we're going to look at alchemy. You can do this with as many characters as you want. I've only done it with 2 so far. So I have my evoker and my hunter. They are both alchemists. The reason they're alchemists is because you can transmute Dragonflights. They're on a recharge. It's a rather slow recharge, but if you don't do it for a while, I think both of these characters should have 10 charges ready to go. So you have to buy Zerolect glow spores. You need 300 of them. And you also need silken gem dust. So we'll pull this up and we'll go down to transmute Dragonflight. So yeah, I have 10 charges here ready to go. So we need 300 Zerolect glow spores and 50 silken gem dust. It's costing approximately 8,536 gold to craft in materials, right? So you might be thinking, okay, that's pretty close to what the Dragonflight cost, 8.8k. So there is like there's still a couple hundred gold profit there, but depending on how you gear your character, what you've put your points into, you might have gone into multi-craft like I have here. So I have a multi-craft tool with high multi-craft as the main stat, and then there isn't a multi-craft enchant. So I put a resourcefulness enchant on there. So you can see I have 13% multicraft and 40% resourcefulness, because I have put points into resourcefulness here. And I'm still kind of working on getting the points put in. But as you start to fill this up, like, you can fill up this entire thing here. Each point into this gives you 1 resourcefulness point. And there are, checkpoints where you're going to get plus 10 resourcefulness from this one. Resourcefulness saves 10% additional reagents when crafting alchemy goods. Another 10 resourcefulness there. Another 10% saved right there. Another 10 resourcefulness. And then the final one, resourcefulness saves 25% additional reagents when crafting alchemy goods. So, even though the cost is pretty close to what these sell for, you're going to be making profit every time you get a resourcefulness proc, because you're saving yourself mats. You're getting mats back for free. And those mats add up, and they add up, and they add up, eventually to the point where you've got yourself a craft, a whole other craft just for free. You might also get multi-craft procs, which means, instead of crafting 1 Dracothist, you end up crafting 2, or you end up crafting 3. I've had up to 4 in 1 craft, and you can imagine how much gold that is, right? You're expecting to get 8k from a craft. You end up getting over 20 in 1 craft. So it's very, very profitable to do this. You could do this across multiple characters. It doesn't take much to get your alchemy leveled up. I think you only need to get it to 50 or 60 or something to unlock this. And then from there, anything extra that you're getting is just going to help. Any other points you're getting that you can put into this, it's going to help. It's going to just increase your profits. So yeah, this was my hunter. And now we can log over to my evoker, and I'll show you how my evoker is spec'd. Okay, so with the evoker, we'll go down to transmute Dracothist, and you can see here, again, I have 10 charges. So I have 20 charges that I can utilize here, and it all just, I just have to get the mats, and then I can do it. This one, this alchemist, I don't have, particularly the right gear here. You can see I'm using a crafting speed with no enchant. I still have green gear here, so I could upgrade this. It would help. Go into specialization. You can see on this character, I've completely maxed out resourcefulness. But I could also start putting points into, the alchemical theory, like this main one here. And you can see the next threshold here, this next bonus that I would get would be plus 5 resourcefulness when crafting. Again, you go down all the way to the bottom, you get another 15 resourcefulness here. So it's definitely worth putting points into some of these, things here that maybe you wouldn't think this doesn't give resourcefulness, because this is the resourcefulness kind of node here, but you definitely want to put points into this because, like I said, this last one gives you plus 15 resourcefulness. So when we're looking at the transmute Dracothist here, you can see my resourcefulness is 37%, and that's without the proper weapon and without the proper enchant. So I'm going to go ahead and craft some of these for you, and I'll kind of just give you an idea of how this works, right? So we're going to find some glow spores here, Zerolite glow spores. You need 300 per craft, so I'm going to go ahead and grab 1200. So that's a 33k investment, right? You don't need to do this much at a time. You could start small. You can do 1 craft, you can do 2 crafts, whatever you want, right? So we're going to buy 33k worth of those. And then the silk and gem dust, we need 50 per. So let's go ahead and buy, we'll just buy a little extra because I'm going to need it, right? So let's just grab 400. Okay, so here we are. This is some footage from my evoker. I went ahead and got the proper weapon, the proper tool, and I now have way more resourcefulness. So we're going to go ahead and start making some of these crafts. And you can see I'm getting a lot of Zerolite glow spores back, and they just kept coming. Every craft here, I got at least 100 glow spores. So by the end of this, so I did 4 crafts total, and I was able to get an entire other craft, an entire extra craft, so another Dracothist, completely for free, simply off of the resourcefulness procs, all the extra glow spores that we're getting. And by the end of this here, I was only 9 glow spores short of making another craft, so I can go to the auction house and grab those. So one thing you can do is you are able to monitor the rate at which Dracothists are selling. So there's this website called the Undermine Exchange, and you can type in your server, you type in an item you want to monitor, and you can look at the sort of timeline of this item. So the blue part is the price that it's been going for. You can see it's gone up over time, and it's actually in a massive peak right now. So this is a great time to sell. Then the red line here is how many were available on the market at that particular time. So they're selling very high, and they're in demand. Again, you can do this for any item. You can monitor, and yeah, this is a good way to keep track of it. So those are the tips that I have for professions. Now, there's one more thing I want to point out to you that I don't think people realize. There are like so many opportunities to make gold just by doing world quests. If you look at the entire Dragon Isles here, I have this add-on that shows, you know, all of the world quests. There are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 world quests up right now that give, you know, 600 gold each. That's a few thousand right there. Each of these dragon riding world quests, the races, they give 600-700 gold each. So, you know, you go and you clear the map once. There's like 6, 7, 8K right there that you can make. And world quests reset twice a week. They happen on Tuesday on reset, right? You log in, you get your vault, all the world quests are new. They also reset Friday nights. So there are 2 opportunities throughout the week to do this. And again, you can do this on multiple characters. Any alts you have, they're going to have the same amount of world quests. You can go through. If you have enough alts, you can be making anywhere from 20 to 50 to 100K a week simply from world quests. So keep that in mind. You know, world quests can be a little annoying, I know, but it's easy money. It's free money, and you'd be surprised how many people just let this money disappear into the ether. So just before I let you go, guys, I want to announce something very, very cool that I'm excited about. I'm going to be releasing a brand new line of merch, t-shirts, hoodies, a whole bunch of things. But if you're a part of the Patreon, you will get early access to this starting today. So if you're part of the Patreon, you will get a special early access code to get to the website so you can start buying this merch. And I'm going to show a couple pieces of them, of these t-shirts to you guys that I have here in my hands. We have this one. It says enjoy momentum. So, you know, if you're a Havoc Demon Hunter enjoyer and you enjoy momentum, or even if you don't enjoy it and you want to be ironic, you can get this shirt for yourself. This is going to be available in the store for you to buy. We also have this Res Sickness IRL t-shirt, which will also be available in the store for purchase. If you are part of the Patreon, you will get early access. You can buy these today. For everyone else, the full launch is going to be next week, next Monday. So yeah, if you guys want to get some of this merch, go check out the Patreon. You could subscribe to the Patreon for the lowest tier possible if that's what you want. That will get you access to the merch store, and you can check some of that stuff out. There's also like really cool mugs, some cool designs there. There's a beanie, there's some coasters. So go check it out. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace.